What is up, my boners? This is MrITryHard here, the nastiest commentator in all of motherfucking YouTube. How you guys been doing? I've been doing motherfucking fantastic, and today we have a gameplay of Domination on the map Raid for you guys. I was using the M8A1, I think, because the other team was talking smack, or they were using, like, I don't know, tag inserts or something, like, the game before that. I was like, alright, fuck it, try hard gun now. Anyways. Hope you guys enjoy. Now, I wanted to talk to you guys about a serious topic today because, I don't know, like, I think I saw it on Twitter, like, somebody tweeted out an article or some news about somebody committing suicide, for whatever reason. That's not the point of the story, but, I want to tell you guys a little story that happened to me, or I was related to, a long time ago when I was, like, probably close to the age you are now. I think I was, like, 15 years old, and, I was living at my parents' house, obviously. And my parents had like this group of friends, and within this group of friends had this one couple who I was really close to their sons. They had two sons and a daughter, and I was really close to them. And we always, would hang out, and we always, like, every weekend we'd go over to their place, they'd come to ours, and they were like, yeah, really, really, really close to my parents. And I was really close to their sons, and we had a lot of fun. Now, they were sort of living the life, man. Like, the father was the owner of, like, a construction company, which is huge here. Like, the fucking construction in Quebec, like, the construction business is huge, or it was huge. It took a huge drop, and that has a lot to do with what happened next. They were kind of living the life. They had a big house, nice cars, always going, like, the thing we do here when we're from Quebec is we go to Florida. Like, that's our thing. Like, we go to fucking Florida, and I don't know, I think it's kind of weird, but people from Quebec go to Florida. So they would go to Florida a lot, and they would just, like, twice a fucking winter, and it was just, like, living the life, spending a lot of money, and doing great, just succeeding at life, just fucking hashtag winning. That's what they would do. And then the construction business kind of just, like, shit on itself. It just, like, literally, like, within 6 months, people were out of jobs, and people were, out of money and in debt, and shit was happening, and it wasn't fun, and a lot of people suffered during that time, and still today I think it sucks here in Quebec now. I'm not really sure, but I don't really follow economics, but besides the point, this guy just continued to live the life and, do all those things that he always did, even though his construction company wasn't doing as good as it used to. Ended up he had to change his house. He downgraded, which is a terrible thing. Like, if you ever imagine, like, you guys know the feeling that you get when you move out of your parents' house and move into an apartment. That's an upgrade. When you buy your first car, that's an upgrade. When you buy a better car, when you move out from your apartment to a house, you're upgrading. It's a step towards a better life. When you have to do the opposite, and you go from something nice to something less nice because you can't afford to pay the nicer thing, that sucks. It takes a beating. And if you're a guy, like, I'm sure you guys feel the same way. You have this feeling of pride, and, like, you have to find another way to explain it besides the fact that you're running out of money. So, like, you're making, like, up all these excuses, like, oh, the other house wasn't really good enough for us. We didn't really need it. It's not really all that important. When in fact, all you're trying to do is hide the fact that you're basically running out of cash. And I guess that took more of a toll on him than we expected. Like, he always played it like he was one of those manly man, never showed his emotion, all that shit. And, which is fine. I mean, if you want to live that way, then so be it. Who am I to judge? But it took a toll on him, and he was probably having problems with his wife as well. I mean, I was young. I didn't really follow that stuff. Like, at that age, everybody's just happy, and I was just like, whatever. But at 2 a.m. one night, the phone rings at my house, and my parents were fucking sound asleep, and they end up waking up, and they're all groggy, and like, who the fuck is calling at this time? And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And it's the guy's wife, and she's hysterical, and she's crying, and she's whatever. Turns out he had shot himself in the face, and I'm not talking like this dude locked himself in his room and called every single one of his family members on the phone and talked to them for like a half hour or so, and he didn't say anything. He was just taking up the news, like, just, calling to see how people were doing, saying hi, being all nice and stuff, just passing by. And then he sat at the bottom of his bed, like at the tip of his bed, and put a shotgun on the, yeah, because we're Canadian, we still have guns. Some of us have guns. And he put the shotgun on the floor, and with his tippy toe, he blew his fucking face off. Like, that's just... And I know some people don't get that. Like, I didn't get it at first. I was mad. Like, I was just pissed off. Like, I felt like it was a cowardly way to end your life. Like, you failed at something, so now you're gonna leave all your family behind. Because he's leaving a big family, and he's like, he had downgraded to like a shitty ass house, and he left his unemployed wife with her 2 like sons who were like 17 and 15 years old, and a little daughter who was like, I don't know how old she was, like 12 or something. All going to school, all needing money, clothes, education, all that stuff. Like, and you're leaving that. But I was legitimately pissed off at him, angry that like this guy would just leave all that behind and leave everybody in shambles. And my friends, like his 2 sons, were freaking like devastated, and they were never the same again. I think they were in drugs now. Like, I'm not even sure what they're doing anymore, but like, it just sucks. And this guy, I was just pissed off. And now looking back on this, like a few years later, I don't understand it. I don't want to say that it's okay, but I get where he's coming from, right? Sometimes life just sucks, and it comes to a point where you don't think that life can get better for you. And I want to make this clear. It's never the right option to do that, but I get why people do it. It's like drugs, right? It's never a good idea to do drugs, but I get why people get into drugs. It's not a good idea to smoke, but I get why people, you know what I mean? Like, I get why people get to that point where they eventually feel like that's the last resort. And I kind of get it for him. Like, he had his pride. Like, I have pride too. Like, if I get into some kind of trouble in my life, like, I don't want to have to admit that. I don't want to have to devastate or disappoint my entire family, friends, and all that stuff. Like, I don't want to do that. What would I do in that situation? Shit, I don't know. I'd like to think that I'm better, that I'm stronger than that. Like, I'd like to think that I would be able to, you know, get my head out of my ass and start working and working to get a better life or something. Like, I don't know what I would do, to be honest, but I get it. I don't know. Let's have some constructive criticism or some constructive ideas in the comment section down below. What would you guys think about this? Like, what do you guys think about all this stuff? I hope you guys like this series. They're few and far between, but I like them every now and again. Hope you guys enjoyed. MrITryHard. Bye. Bye. And bye.